Okay. What's going on, guys? So we are live on. We're back. Okay, we're back here. Let me cue the lights. Let's get it cracking. Give me a quick. Yeah, we called an audible. Okay. Um, Lights. Where are you? Guys, when I tell you my setup right now looks ridiculous, let me let y'all in at what I'm dealing with tonight. So that we got the laptop pulled up, second camera. Thank the Lord we got the coffee. I got a bunch of stuff that I'm giving away / selling. Uh, the collection is a mess right now. It's just crazy. I'm gonna warn you guys tonight. Okay, lights are good. Thank God there. I'm gonna warn you guys tonight. I will not be the best with the questions tonight because I'm simulcasting to 2 different phones. Let's see. What up, Mike? What up, Santana? What up, Joel? What up, Jay? What up, Myers? Scent of the day, Nautica Voyage. Finally got my hands on a classic. Quite frankly, you were right. It's a banger for the buck. Hey, listen, dude. The thing I think people appreciate about me is I'm not bougie. I can get bougie if you want to get bougie, but I always try and think with a practical mind and consider every kind of buyer and every kind of wearer. And, you know, I'm not afraid to step down. And speaking of which, do we got Nautica Voyage up here? We do. I actually took it out and put it on the shelf just to look at it. It is a banger. Now, I want to let you guys know tonight. And by the way, I'm going to start my show here. You're ready to go live. Yes. Start show. So I'm officially live on gosh, it's small on WhatsApp. Okay, so here's what's happening. I am on WhatsApp right now doing my first ever show, and I'm still doing the Q&A. So right now I am simultaneously casting on WhatsApp or whatnot and YouTube. So we're still doing our Q&A as usual, but I'm also Q&Aing on whatnot, and I'm tapping into a new space. So whatnot is a really dope platform where I can start to do my giveaways as well as push fragrances and stuff like that. And so we're just gonna see how it goes. I've never simultaneously streamed and tried to talk to 2 different groups doing giveaways and all that stuff. This is not the official giveaway for my people on YouTube though. Tonight is just purely Q&A and trying out my first show on whatnot as a Q&A, and I might be selling some product on there as well. For all you guys on YouTube, if you use my referral link on the description, you can sign up on whatnot for free and get $15. And I have 40 fragrances in my whatnot show right now. So you could basically get a free fragrance for jumping onto whatnot and using my referral code. They're giving out $15 right now for anybody that signs up. This is not the giveaway, but I'm just hooking y'all up. So I'm going to constantly be saying tonight that I am simultaneously streaming on YouTube and on whatnot. So shout outs to my whatnot people. Please read show notes if you're on whatnot. This is a different type of fragrance channel. So please read show notes if you're in here, because I'm not going to be able to explain myself multiple times, or check out my shop. Okay, what are my people on YouTube saying? Scent of the day for me was Aaron Terrence Hughes Unicorn. A lot of people coming in and out. It's good to see everybody. Question, I have original Coach for Men, the black bottle. Do you think I should try some other Coach flankers? You have I have original Coach for Men, the black bottle. Do you think I should try some other Coach flankers? Well, the original Coach for Men is already amazing. It's a great vetiver-based scent, which adds, it makes it one of the rare kind of cheapy designer fragrances where you get the complexity of a niche fragrance, and it doesn't smell like you got it at a Sephora or Ulta Beauty. I think the base DNA of Coach for Men is the best. Now, Coach Green is cool. The blue is all right. Coach Platinum is probably the second best. The problem with Coach has always been longevity. So I feel you should just get the most potent version of Coach for Men in the highest concentration and call it a day. Even though green and platinum and blue smell good, the classic Coach for Men is, if you have that, you have everything. It's like Spice Bomb. Spice Bomb Extreme and Original Spice Bomb are the best. Second best, probably Infrared, but outside of that, there's really not much else. Shout outs to my people on Whatnot. Please read show notes. I am simultaneously casting on YouTube and Whatnot. And for all my people on YouTube, check the link in the description. You can see my referral code. If you want $15 for free, you can go to my Whatnot shop right now and basically get a free fragrance. What up, Shamil? Have you ever tried fresh figs? Of course. I almost bought a house with a fig tree. 9 p.m. or Club de Nuit. Jen, please read show notes. This fragrance channel is unlike any other fragrance channel on Whatnot. Make sure you read the title of this video and read the show notes. Everything you need as far as running bids and all of that is in my shop. This is not a typical seller fragrance channel. This is a Q&A. Get all your questions answered about any of the fragrance channels on Whatnot, how to buy fragrance, all that. It's all in the show notes. Please read the show notes. We're also running on YouTube, guys, so I'm both on Whatnot and YouTube. Could you explain what stream is? I don't know what kind of question that is. Have you ever tried fresh fig? Yes, of course, we went over that. What's cracking, SB? Scent of the day, Eau Givray. I tell you what, man, my Aaron Terrence Hughes unicorn is still popping. Talk about projection and longevity monster. Hey, by the way, people on Whatnot, if you see me going like this, it's because we're simulcasting on 2 different platforms, 2 different cameras. Ricky Garrett, what up? I see you on Whatnot, man. Make sure you use my referral code and get that free 15 bucks, brother. Hey, by the way, Kix and Joel, I'm going to need you guys on point tonight on moderation. You know, if you guys need a free fragrance from me or something, I'll hook it up. I don't mind. But I need y'all on point with moderation because I'm going to be looking back and forth, back and forth. Thoughts on Joe Malone? I really like their fig and sea salt fragrance. Joe Malone is okay. I feel like Joe Malone has oftentimes come off as... I'm not a fan of the weight of their fragrances. They make high quality, but a lot of their fragrances typically feel like eau de colognes to me, and I haven't had enough time to really go through and find my fragrance with Joe Malone. It's very similar to Chanel. Love Chanel fragrances. I think they're very high quality, especially the Chanel Exclusive line are the better fragrances from the originals, even though, you know, Coco Chanel, Chanel No. 5, Ego East, Chanel L'Arome Sport, those are all amazing. Once you get to the exclusive house and you see there's like 30 to 50 fragrances, you got to take your time. Have you tried Insurrection Sport? I have not. What up, Greenlee? Greenlee, it's been a minute since I've seen you, buddy. Scent of the day, Ijaeb Dubai. Okay, beautiful. Where can I buy Hawas Atlantis? I can't find it anywhere. If you can't find it on Google, and because Google will run the gambit. So when you're looking for a fragrance, Google will run you through Fragrance by CA, Joma, Max Aroma, all that stuff. So if you can't find it there, you need to go into private groups. I haven't seen that fragrance at all. Unfortunately, I'll be out in 10 minutes still at work. It's okay, Joel. It's okay. Do you like any of the Stronger With You fragrances? Stronger With You is a great, sexy date night, fall, winter, and or nighttime date night fragrance. Chestnut, cinnamon, vanilla, that cozy, warm, by a fire, vanillic cinnamon vibes. But if you're going to get Stronger With You, don't play around. Just get Stronger With You intensely. Stronger With You original is still good, but you want to go for performance with a fragrance like that. Do I think it's the best date night fragrance? No, but it's still sexy enough. Women will think you smell plenty sexy with Stronger With You Intensely, but make sure you get Intensely. If you can't afford Stronger With You, go with Better With You from either Maison Alhambra or Lattafa, I forget which one. You can get clones of Stronger With You that don't smell cheap at all, around the $20, $30 price point. What up to everybody sliding through Whatnot, man? Make sure y'all check the show notes, because this is not like any other show on the fragrance category. But this can be your new go-to shop. I'm happy to see you guys, and I'm definitely looking at both chats. And if you're wondering why there's only 5 people in here and I'm answering questions, it's because I got a buttload of people on YouTube doing my regular thing. Mike, what up? Good to see you. Hey, Mike, for all my people in YouTube switching over to Whatnot, if there's anything you're interested in me running bids on, click my shop. There's over 40 fragrances listed on there. So once you get your $15 coupon, feel free to ask me and Whatnot to run a bid on anything, and I'm more than happy to run bids. Jews, check show notes and then go into the shop. Intensely is fire. Do you like any of the, we already did that. Bought Lattafa Kingdom based off your last live, hoping it's a banger. Hey, listen, Lattafa Kingdom, do I have it? Lattafa Kingdom is a banger, and a lot of people don't know this. Kingdom, see, y'all are going to make me get test strips tonight. Hold up. Y'all are going to make me bust out the test strips tonight. We're going to be educating. So, for people on Whatnot, if you're interested at all in the Jean Paul Gaultier DNA, people always ask me, SB, what is the best Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance? Without a doubt, the answer is Le Male Elixir. No question. Golden black bottle if you're not familiar. It is the only fragrance from the line that has nuts. It has maturity. Tobacco, vanilla, lavender, amazing fragrance. Doesn't mean the other Jean Paul Gaultiers are bad. It's just Le Male Elixir is the best. But you don't have to pay Le Male Elixir money. You can get this fragrance right here. Lattafa Kingdom. This is super spot on clone of Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Elixir, and it is absolute fire. You can get it for like 20, 30 bucks. Burlington, Nordstrom Rack, TJ Maxx, Ross. The only difference between this and Armoff's Lionheart is Lionheart goes crazier on the mint, I believe. But yeah, Shamil, thank you for letting people know that when I recommend fragrances for people, they don't miss. So my recommendation traditionally has always been, if you can afford it, get Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Elixir. If you cannot afford it, make sure you get Lattafa's Kingdom. Amazing. Mike asked on WhatsApp, what is the square Kismet bottle you have for sale? That is Maison Alhambra's Kismet. So this is YSL Tuxedo. Super long lasting fall winter. This is like sexy, boozy, ambery, vanilla, and patchouli. It's a warm, sweet, spicy ballroom date night type of scent. Very addicting. This clone of it is very long lasting. You should easily get north of 8 hours with this. And yeah, so that's what this is. Maison Alhambra's Kismet. Mike asks, my favorite layer is YSLY and Chanel Allure Homme. Oh, Edition Blanche. Is there another layer combo with that same vein? So with, okay, so to me, YSLY is a complete fragrance. So even if you mix it with Chanel Edition Blanche, that right there is like monstrous. You know what I'm saying? And Chanel Allure Homme Sport is kind of like that lemon creamsicle, super fresh type of fragrance. Another layer in that vein, because you're basically playing with sweet, fresh, and spicy. I mean, anything in that realm. I mean, those are the elements you're playing with. Sweet, fresh, and warm, spicy. So you could take any fragrance with those combos. But honestly, I wear Chanel Allure Homme Sport Edition Blanche by itself and YSLY by itself. So I wouldn't really think of what fragrance is good to combo with those notes. I would just say to myself, what's a fragrance that is slightly sweet, super fresh, maybe a bit of that creamsicle type of vibe, in which I would recommend something like a fragrance house called Kerosene, and the fragrance is called Unknown Pleasures. It smells like lemon cupcakes in an ice cream shop, but it's not overly gourmand. All my people coming into this whatnot, this is my first show. Make sure you look at the show notes and then look at the shop. It'll tell you everything about this fragrance channel. This is not like a normal fragrance channel. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to explain it while I'm simultaneously on YouTube and on whatnot. But I'm happy to see you guys. I'm glad you're here. If you have any questions about fragrance, including fragrance channels on whatnot, because it can be crazy to navigate, I'm your guy. Best Baccarat 540 clone is without question Club D Nuit, not Milestone. Club D Nuit Untold. It's a rainbow finish bottle. You can get it on Amazon for, I want to say, $30 to $40 is the lowest that I've seen it. But if you're on Whatnot, you can go to a fragrance store called Perfumes Los Angeles, and they auction it, and I've seen it go for as low as about 20 bucks. But I was just talking to somebody about this today. Le Top Armaf's Club D Nuit Untold, which is the rainbow gold kind of bottle, is the best Baccarat Rouge 540 clone, not only in terms of accuracy, but in terms of one-to-one to the scent profile. If they smell Club D Nuit Untold on you, they will not know you're wearing a clone, no question. And it's got monstrous 10 hours plus performance. I call Baccarat Rouge a his and her fragrance. So it's a fragrance where mostly your girl will wear it, but you'll occasionally sneak it in, similar to like a Mancera's Instant Crush. Shout outs to everybody on Whatnot. I see it filling up. Please make sure, I know this is a different type of fragrance vibe that you're used to. We're not doing a ton of selling, even though I can auction stuff off. Please look at the show notes. The show notes will tell you everything about what this channel is about, because nobody on WhatsApp is doing what I'm attempting to do with this fragrance channel. So please read the show notes. If you have any questions, I'm going to be pivoting to my YouTube audience and Whatnot, because I've got a buttload of people on YouTube that are asking me questions as well. What's your thoughts on the new Creed Oud Zarian? I've caught a tiny whiff of Creed's new Zarian fragrance, and I do think it smells really good. Kix will tell you, as amazing as it smells, it's kind of mid to low range for performance. So the question is, do you want to buy a Creed fragrance for $300 to $400? Shoot, even on the discounters, even like $200, and not get that much performance past like 4 to 6 hours? My answer is no, but maybe your answer is yes. Somebody will make a Oud Zarian clone very soon, trust me. Hey Teresa, good to see you. Always amazing to see you guys. Again, for those of y'all who don't know, let me pull this up real quick. For everybody on Whatnot, this is what we're dealing with right now. I am simultaneously multi-streaming on 2 cameras, both on YouTube and on Whatnot. And we are doing our Q&A both on Whatnot and on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube and not on Whatnot, if you use my referral code in the description and go to Whatnot for free, you'll get $15 for free. And you can buy anything out of my auction for basically free. And anybody in Whatnot, this is a fragrance Q&A channel. If there is anything you have a question about in terms of sellers of fragrance and stuff on Whatnot and navigating that, or even just fragrance recommendations, you might not think there are questions to ask about fragrance, but if you look at my show notes, you can ask me anything related to those subjects, and I'm your go-to guy on it. I'd be happy to answer it for you. If you are somebody who's just scrolling around and you're like, hey, I'm trying to buy a fragrance or something like that, I do have over 40 fragrances listed in my shop just for fun. Like, it's just a bunch of stuff to get rid of. Have you got your nose on Argos Triumph of Bacchus? Great winter banger. Yes, shout outs to Kel Smells. He sent me Triumph of Bacchus. Honestly, I think it's okay. I'm not a big fan. Argos has some of the most beautiful fragrance bottles ever made in the world, but I don't think their juices are of the same caliber as how beautiful Greek god, goddess looking bottles that they have. But I have high hopes for them because their juice is like exquisite. Are you going to auction on Whatnot? Well, my main reason for transferring over to Whatnot, Mitra, is I want to do my Q&A stuff on Whatnot because there's nobody on Whatnot that is helping anybody when it comes to fragrance. There's a lot of fake sellers on Whatnot. There's a lot of people selling replicas, fakes, clones, designer and niche. There's a lot of people getting scammed. There's a lot of people having a hard time buying fragrances, but they want to get in on the auctions. So I'm going on there to help that community by providing a free service that they're not getting on there, which is basically having like a fragrance expert tell them the do's and don'ts of the platform. Somebody asked something in here. Hello, do you have amber white Egyptian musk? Look at the show notes. I'm going to be very brief on Whatnot with people who see the picture that clicked into my picture on Whatnot, saw that it said fragrance Q&A, and then came in and asked me about a fragrance. Thoughts on GOS, which would be Game of Spades. Somebody asked on Whatnot. Game of Spades is amazing. You just need to make sure, because Game of Spades is essentially a clone brand. They are their own official brand, but they clone fragrances. They take famous DNAs and they make new versions of them. Game of Spades Full House, Game of Spades Wild Card, Game of Spades Royale. They're all clones of popular fragrances. So you want to make, and not only that, but that clone house charges on the high end for clone prices. The low end of clone prices sit around $15 to $30. The mid-tier clone prices are between $40 and $75. And then any clone house that charges $100 or more, honestly, in my opinion, is absolutely ridiculous, even though a lot of people do. And here's the crazy part. A lot of you guys don't know this, because people on Whatnot and different seller sites do this too. I was going into a store the other day and somebody was trying to auction and sell Club de Nuit fragrances. So Club de Nuit Intense Man, Intense Woman, Club de Nuit Milestone, Club de Nuit Iconic, all your famous Creed fragrance clones and all that stuff. They were trying to sell them for like $80 to $100. I saw somebody on Whatnot do a set price on Club de Nuit Intense Man, which goes for $20 to $25 on Amazon, which is like the most safe place you can buy. And someone was auctioning it starting price at $75. I wish I could have just jumped through the screen, punched the seller, and then told the buyer, yo, go to Amazon, but I can't shepherd all the sheep. Since you're not answering my question, ask twice, I'm out, probably saying, I told you to look at show notes. If you would have read the show notes, your question would have got answered. So I love you, but respectfully, if you got to go, you got to go. Scrolling down to see any questions. Looking for a recommendation. See, here we go. People know how to use Whatnot. Looking for a recommendation for a warm, womanly scent for nighttime, which is long-lasting and complex. Hey, Mitra, if you're still in here on YouTube in the chat, I've got a gal here who's looking for a warm, womanly scent for nighttime, long-lasting and complex. She likes oud and warm smells. Something complex but different. See, oud is tricky because nighttime ouds, let me look in my collection actually. Quick question for Beecher. What is your age? That will tell me a lot. Any Versace cologne? Look at the show notes. 37. So 37-year-old woman. And what's your price point, Beecher? What do you think about Invictus Victory? It's good, but it's not worth the money retail. Get a clone of it. I have Polo 67 and Aqua di Gio Profondo. I'm in high school. Those are great fragrances. What's your Whatnot? My Whatnot is a link in the description for all my YouTube people. Very irresistible for men. What's your question about it? Hey, I'm not delayed on Whatnot. I'm following the chat for real. Stronger with you intensely. Look at show notes. Is there a dupe of YSLY myself? Not yet, but there is a dupe of YSLY, which to me is way better than myself, and that is Lattafa's Fakhar Black. Fakhar Black. You can get it on Amazon for about 20 bucks. Tell them I sent you. It's got beastly performance. Kicks, if you see anybody that I'm not addressing in the chat, help me out. What's the recommendation for Imagination from Louis Vuitton? Okay, so if you're looking for Louis Vuitton on Whatnot or in general for my YouTube audience, there are many great Louis Vuitton clones, but the best one that I've been preaching on is this one right here. I know it looks crazy, but the question is, do you want Louis Vuitton Imagination or do you want it to look like you have Louis Vuitton Imagination? This fragrance is called Sahib Intense, S-A-H-E-B Intense. You can get this for $30 to $35. The longevity is there, the accuracy is there. It is the closest to one you're going to find. And the brand that makes this is known for being killer close to any fragrance, let alone Imagination. This is the best Imagination clone on the market, and I know because I have basically all of them. And by all of them, I mean all the people who say that they have the best Imagination clone when they don't. By the way, whoever asked me earlier about the warm oud scent, the 37-year-old, I didn't see what your price point is. So under 400. So my recommendation to you to try, if you're interested in ouds, is a few things. So Maison Francis Kirkjohn's Oud Satin Mood. That's going to be a very heavy, soft, sweet, jammy, oudy rose fragrance. If you want a soft rose oud, I would go into Roja Parfums Taif Oud. You can snag this for about, on a good day, maybe $250. This is premier high-end niche level perfumery. This is a rose oud fragrance that you can wear any season, any reason, but it does lean fall winter. It's not going to give you the spice, but it's going to give you that richness and that warmth that you were looking from before. If you want the warmer fragrance, go with Oud Satin Mood. And that's specifically if you're looking for a oud fragrance. If you're looking for something else in the note, some other type of notes, yeah, absolutely. It's Roja. So R-O-J-A, Roja Parfums. This is one of the most elite niche brands out there. And it's called Taif Oud because Taif is the name of the rose, T-A-I-F. Oud is A-O-U-D, and that's how the Middle East pronounce oud. This is not a clone. This is a niche fragrance. Look on Google, and you should find it on discounters for probably around somewhere between $200 and $300. But if you have this fragrance, you won't really be buying much else in that category. It's phenomenal. But if you want a warmer rose oud, get Maison Francis Kirkjohn's Oud Satin Mood. That's all you need to remember. Oud Satin Mood. Does the credits that I got from the link expire? I don't think so, Mike, but I would spend them within a week if I were you. In fact, if there's anything in my shop, Mike, that you want, I'll run an auction for it and you can take it home tomorrow. What's the MFK recommendation? Oud Satin Mood. And I highly recommend you go on fragrantica.com and type that in. All you need to do is start typing it. It'll finish it for you. It'll give you the notes. It'll give you the score in the ratings. And you can look at fragrances like it and specify what notes you want and all that. Anytime, Beach. Assad Bourbon, check the show notes. Any Ambassador or Invictus, check the show notes. Okay, now let's get back to YouTube. SB, what's your scent of the day? My scent of the day is Aaron Terrence Hughes, and the fragrance is called Unicorn. And after 10 hours, it is pumping off my skin. I have Creed Imperial, but less than half the scent change. Is there any way I can fix that issue? No. I would start comboing with oils. Do you have Gypsy Water? Show notes. You can, not often can you change a fragrance, but you can manipulate a fragrance by messing with oils and lotions. I prefer oils because with a little bit of scented oils can go a long way. Are you going to go live tomorrow night? Sure, Mike. For you, I will. Here's a great tip, guys. Where is it? Check this out. So if you ever want to manipulate a fragrance, either because you don't really like it or because you want to emphasize a note in it, you can go onto Amazon right now and pick this up. Check this out. for all my whatnot people. What up, Tattoos Barbie? So this is called Mayjam, Mayjam, Mayjam Essential Oils. This is a 35-piece oil set, and you can get this for like, I think it's 15 to 20 bucks on Amazon, and you can take these oils and dab them up to emphasize different notes in your fragrance and make them last longer, and you don't even have to worry about longevity and stuff like that. Absolute banger. You can also mix them to make different fragrances. Is Initio Side Effect good? Rated out of 10. To me, Initio Side Effect is about an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Most people who like very boozy, dark, sweet, sensual, date night, bachelor, nightlife, killer type of fragrances, it's very heavy, beastly performance, nuclear fragrance. Most people call it a 10 out of 10 fragrance, but for me and my taste, I think it's about an 8. But the general public would give that fragrance a 10 out of 10. And if you're a guy under 30, it is one of the sexiest fragrances alive. You will get a lot of pull wearing that. Will coconut oil help extend the scent? Yes, but you have to remember that it is coconut based, so it will also change your scent. So typically if you're messing with coconut oil, you want to make sure you're using more of your tropical and your citrus and your floral based fragrances. Let me help you guys out. So this is not an advertisement. You can get this at, Whole Foods or any kind of, like, I call them crunchy stores. So if you want to use and play with the note of coconut, and again, for my guys on YouTube, I'm going to be showing Whatnot a lot more love on the Q&A. I'm only jumping over to YouTube to answer questions if Whatnot is dead. But here's a lotion, right? So if I'm messing with citruses or florals or anything light and airy that go well with coconut, you can use a very minimalistic ingredient coconut lotion or coconut oil, extend the life of the fragrance, and have this beautiful coconut airy lift on a fragrance. And it's amazing. And I bought this for like $5, giant jug of this. So increased performance, but also remember there's coconut in it. But if you just want to extend the fragrance, but you don't want the scent profile that comes with it, you can do something like Everyday Shea. Because this is going to be scentless, but it's still going to put a layer under your fragrance that helps get carry. Now, typically, oils will help you project and prolong a fragrance longevity much more effectively than lotions, because fragrance will bond better to an oil than to a lotion. But nonetheless, they both do wonders for fragrance, and I cycle between both. Does Dior Hypnotic Poison and YSL Black Opium smell remotely close to each other? I would tell you my opinion about that, but I think you should, that's one where you should take a vote. So go to fragrantica.com and type in YSL Black Opium. Fragrantica.com, and then in the search, look for YSL Black Opium. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom of that page, thousands of people around the world have voted and picked the top 10 to 20 fragrances that smell the closest to Black Opium. So if you're asking me that question because you like one of the fragrances and you want to find something else that's like it, go to Fragrantica, type whichever fragrance you want to match. Thank you, Kix, for providing that website in the chat for them. Go to Fragrantica, start typing your fragrance in, it'll finish it for you. Once you pull your fragrance up, go all the way to the bottom, and there will be a section that says, people say this fragrance reminds me of, and then there will be a list of fragrances that, now make sure when you're seeing what they recommend, there's votes. So some people might say, hey, this smells like Bleu de Chanel, but 1,000 people downvoted it. So when you see each fragrance they recommend, make sure it has an overwhelmingly thumbs up next to the fragrance, and that means it's probably true that that's very close to the fragrance. And you can even click the fragrance and see its notes and compare and see its public rating to see if it's even a fragrance worth buying. I hope that's helpful for you. Jocks23 got Spice and Wood. I don't have that. Thoughts on Les Sabes Roses by Louis Vuitton? It's a good fragrance. I don't think it's worth $300-400. Listen, when it comes to Louis Vuitton, it's going to always be difficult to convince me to spend $400 or $500 on a fragrance. I think the best fragrance for me in the LV line is if you have afternoon swim you have all of them. But Imagination is the most popular. But it's so easy to clone Imagination. You should just get Sahib Intense for $35. You'll never walk into a Louis Vuitton store ever again. Guys, you'll have to forgive me. I'm on 2 different cameras talking to my YouTube audience, which is massive, and this is my first show on Whatnot. So you guys will have to bear with me. I got so many people asking questions, so many people on YouTube coming over to Whatnot, collecting their free $15 from me. It's crazy. And I'm sipping coffee and looking at 2 chats. SB, you looking strong. Have you been in the gym? Not this week, but yes. Looking at my collection. Thank you so much, Mitra. Yeah, if you have a recommendation for her, let me know. Okay, so whoever was asking for the rose and spicy scent, one of my subscribers, beautiful lady on YouTube, said check out a fragrance called, it's from the House of Guerlain, so Guerlain, and the fragrance is called Oud Nude, OUD space NUDE. Thank you, Kix, for managing everybody who's coming in here, and shout outs to everybody on Whatnot. Please read the show notes to understand what this channel is about. I'm not like any other fragrance channel on Whatnot. What's a good recommendation for an afternoon swim clone? My people on YouTube, what's the best afternoon swim clone? Is it Afnan's Rare Reef? Somebody correct me in chat before I give him that answer. I forget. What's the deal with all these Middle Eastern fragrances? Listen, the fragrance world is booming. If you look in places like Italy and UAE, the clone and imitation game is on fire. And there's a lot of houses making sucky duplicates and replicas. You have Chinese people trying to make the exact product, but not the exact juice, and they're selling it for like 20, 30 bucks. And then you have really reputable Middle Eastern brands that are making inspirations, but they're doing it at a very high level. So on Whatnot, it's very hard to navigate who are the best clone houses and who aren't. But that's why I'm here, because I could tell you which ones to go with. Oud Nude is amazing. Thank you, Kix, for typing that out for her. Saudi Arabia is taking over Dubai. Listen, the clone game is getting ridiculous. And there are over 1,000 brands just in UAE alone trying to do inspiration houses. But the best rule of thumb right now is to know that Armaf, ARMAF, runs basically the whole conglomerate of every wannabe trying to be a replica house. And people are following suit. There's Australian brands, Korean brands, Canadian brands, all trying to clone. Are you going to auction any scents? Bonnie, pick one in the shop and I will auction it for you. If you read the show notes, right at the bottom, it basically says, I will run an auction at request. So if you want any of the 40, type it out and I'll auction it. Copycat of Very Irresistible by Givenchy. I don't know, Jick. I'm not familiar with that one. I wish clone makers focused on the Royal line of Creed. What do you mean? There are clones of the Royal line. What up, Jay? I see you over here. Hope you got that 15 bucks, buddy. Amouage material, oud, and is okay. Amouage material has oud and is warm. Yeah, the House of Amouage for sure. Panadora Swedish wood. It's a Frederick Mall Promise clone. Hey Joel, your collection is too crazy, man, to be messing with clones. That's why I love you. Where do you see show notes? Okay, so everybody who's trying to see my show notes, on the top of the screen, either in this corner or in this corner, you'll see a little sticky note that says show notes. Punch that and it'll open up and show you what this whole fragrance channel on Whatnot is about. Is there an MFK Amorous clone? No, and I wish there was. I really do. But I always recommend go on discounters. You can pick up Amorous for around $150 to $200, which is great. I use CeraVe unscented cream. Well, there's another recommendation for layering, guys. My Gucci Guilty Elixir just came in today. I gotta say, this is a very strong projecting fragrance, and the vanilla can be overbearing at times. Still, this is a 10 out of 10 gem, thanks SB. So for people on Whatnot, Gucci Guilty Elixir, one of the best unisex, slightly masculine-leaning fragrances out there. If you were interested in Drake's Summer Mink or Versace Eros Original, get Gucci Guilty Elixir. Same profile, lasts longer, more mature. A good alternative to LV Afternoon Swim is North Stag Expressions Quattro by Paris Corner. This is true, but North Stag, even though it's very accurate, the performance isn't amazing. I typically get like 6 hours with that fragrance. So if you want an accurate clone, it's good, but that branch of Paris Corner likes to charge like $40 to $60 for fragrances, and I don't think that you should ever be paying $40 to $60 for a clone. But it is still better than retail. How about Symphony? Somebody in my YouTube chat put the Symphony clone, because I always forget the freaking name of it. It's from Game of Spades makes the Symphony clone, and it just came out. Oh, thank you so much. Kix, thank you for providing that for her. Cod Lodge Dreams. That's the one you want. That's a lot of cologne. I literally have to bottle my nice collection. Thank you, Enchanted. I appreciate you, buddy. Thoughts on Latafa Mashraba? That's my scent of the day. I think it's a good scent. I think it's about an 8 out of 10 to me. Afnan Rare Reef is Pacific Chill LV. That's true. Afnan Rare Reef is Louis Vuitton's Pacific Chill, and it's darn good. You can get it on the seller on Whatnot. The name is Triple Traders. By the way, for those of you in Whatnot, I do have mods that will assist you if I miss your question, and I do apologize because I'm simultaneously casting to about 60 people right now. Paris Corner Quattro. Yes, thank you, Ricky. Can you name one outside of Armaf and Al Haramain? Afnan. What's a cheap 10 out of 10 woody foresty scent that will get me compliments from women? Foresty? You said cheap. Okay, so if you want a foresty type of scent that's very affordable and is not a clone, check out this fragrance right here. You guys always see me talk about it. Lalique Lin Sumi. This is fresh, super green outdoors. It has a bit of like a tree sap note, but it's super modern and super airy. It doesn't smell old school or like an old money scent. This is super fresh, new, and modern. It pumps off skin like crazy. You guys know me. This is what I consider to be the top part of the, it's tied for first place for the best office scent and upscale casual scent. But when you talk about modern green fragrances that feel modern and not too much like a burly 50-year-old man in the woods would wear it, something more timelessly modern, Lalique Lin Sumi is about $40. It always sells out, so make sure you have your notifications turned on. This is the best office scent and upscale casual scent, in my opinion, and it ties with Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum. If you have these two to me, you never need to shop for an office scent ever again. What's up, Wayne? I see all my people coming over from YouTube. I hope you enjoy your $15 voucher, man. Let me know if there's anything in my shop you want me to list, but feel free to take that 15 bucks and go shop anywhere else. You guys know I'm not sponsored. I don't care. I just wanted to give you guys free money. Hoping to pick up Club de Nuit Iconic. Absolutely, Jason. Hopefully you read the description on it. Iconic, the best Bleu de Chanel clone out there. It actually outperforms Bleu de Chanel by a long shot. Now you can get this. You guys know I'm going to keep it real because I don't need to make any money at all. This fragrance is better than Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. It lasts longer and it's very accurate. And you can get it for like 25, 30 bucks on Amazon without getting it from my auction. But I'm auctioning it quite low. So let's list it and see who bids for it. Can I change the price? Let's edit the price. I'm going to actually lower the price since this is my first show. Let's start it at 10. Why not? Screw it. Screw it, right? Start auction. 30-second required time, 10 seconds. Start it. Go. Enjoy, guys. Club D Nuit Iconic, 98% full. I have Bleu de Chanel, as you guys can see. I can confirm 1-to-1. People hate when I say that, but I really don't care. Rustic's got it for 19. Dude, are you going to let him steal it from you? Are you going to let him steal it from you? Are you? Oh my gosh. Congratulations, Rustic, for getting the Club D Nuit Iconic basically full. This will be shipped out to you tomorrow morning. Thank you for your purchase. That is the first sale on this channel. Thank you. Oh my God, you're doing exactly what I do in my shows. Amazing. Hey, Barbie, I appreciate that. Basically, the whole reason we wanted to start this channel was to educate and give people recommendations on the best places to buy fragrance, how to spot, you know, the fakes, the cheapies, know what you're buying if you're going to navigate the cheapie or the clone space or the niche space. And I have a buttload of fragrances and a buttload of experience that I just want to share. I'm not on Whatnot to make money. I'm on it to help people out. And I just threw fragrances in my shop that I'm more than happy to give out. How heavy is the brown sugar note in Trace Oros? It's heavy. It's very heavy. But one thing I'll say is the first time you wear Trace Oros from day 3, you'll be like, oh my gosh, all I smell is brown sugar and honey. And then from the second time on that you wear it, you will smell the mandarin orange, the pineapple, the cinnamon. It's incredible. If you like Parfums de Marly Wajan or Stronger With You Intensely or anything YSL Tuxedo, Baby Cat, any of that sexy patchouli, vanillic spice, this has a plantain note in it, so it's a slight spin-off, but this is better than all of them to me. Day 3 fragrances, Trace Oros. It's all about educating others about different fragrances. That's all it's about. The fragrance world is in an absolute boom, and so many people are getting robbed, and we're going to change that. Do you have Eternal Oud? I do, if you want me to list it. Eternal Oud is, I call this Gandalf's magic wand. This fragrance is a clone of Maison Francis Kirkjohn Grand Soir. Warm, creamy, vanilla scent. Unisex, feminine leaning, but I wear it anyway. I don't care. And this is fully macerated. This fragrance, if you get it brand new, sucks. It has to macerate. When you're dealing with clone brands, sometimes the fragrance has to macerate. This has been macerating for a year. Smells just like Grand Soir. What are the key differences between Prodalome and Prodalome Intense? Only longevity. Prodalome Intense, way crazier projection, way crazier longevity. If you want the more reserved fragrance that's just clean and nice, get Prodalome. If you want something that pumps crazier and lasts longer, get Prodalome Intense. They're virtually the same scent profile. Run it, please. Okay, let's run it. All right, why not? Go. Go, go, go. You see how full it is. This sucker is macerated to perfection. I layer this with anything. Anything spicy, vanillic, boozy, patchouli, but on its own, it's killer. Yo Bang is in the lead. Is he going to take it? This might be top 20 best clones ever made, in my opinion. And it looks like a magic wand. I call this Harry Potter's magic wand or Gandalf's magic wand. Wingardium Leviosa. Hey, Ashley, good to see you. Congratulations, Yo Bang, on your win. This will be going to you tomorrow morning. Thank you for your purchase. Again, if you're new on Whatnot, check out the shop and we'll list whatever you guys want. What up, Homs? I hope you enjoyed your free 15 bucks. French Avenue, Penis, Orin is afternoon swim. And listen, penis, I always want to say penis, forgive me. But penis is amazing. Great afternoon swim by about 90%. Sauvage Dior EDT, come on, please bring a banger out. Hey, Brady, check show notes, buddy. Okay, let me get back to YouTube. Do you like Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme? Yes. Great staple fragrance. I think Dolce & Gabbana, the original Pour Homme is classic material. Kayala Vanilla 28 is worth the money. Should I buy? No, Barbie. You shouldn't. This dude is the cologne connoisseur. Well, listen, I let the people talk about it, but the people are calling me the professor of fragrance, so I'll take it. Offnon got the royal line of Creed. They do. Well, there is a... So when we talk about the royal line, if you're talking about Royal Oud, I actually have a clone of it, and it's Oud Royal by Ministry of Oud. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. This fragrance is not one-to-one to me. It is... I have Creed's original Royal Oud. Shout-outs to Kix for hooking that up. This is only about 75 to 80% accurate to Royal Oud. However, it's got slightly better performance, and it's a killer scent on its own. Sometimes when it comes to clones, you got to figure out which scent profiles you have to match and which ones that you like the twists of. This is a twist, but it's an amazing twist. Office banger. When you talk about mature man, I think somebody 30 and up, this would be a staple, upscale, casual, and one of the best office scents you could have. If anybody wants me to run it, I'm more than happy to, but I'm just educating whoever asked the question about it. Better than the Doctor of... That's hilarious. What's the best whiskey rose fragrance? You know my answer to that. Nasamato's Baranda. Oh my gosh, there's a mosquito. Oh, I killed that sucker. Do mosquitoes piss you guys off? Oh my gosh. Man, I think I need that Gen Banger Drakkar Intense. Hey, listen, Drakkar Intense is the best Drakkar out of the line. Somebody asked, what's the best whiskey rose? Naso-Mato's Baranda. I'm not selling this. I'm sorry. This is my top 100 list. Top 100 niche, independent niche, designer, clones, and vintage. We ain't selling that. We are not selling that. This is just point blank period. But if you want it, you can get it on olfactoryllc.com. And I think on the best day, which is basically every other 2 weeks, you can get Baranda for about 120 bucks. And it typically retails for about 200. So I think that's blind buy worthy if you even mildly like whiskey and rose. It's monstrous performance. Nothing else smells like it. Can an 18-year-old wear Lalique Lin Sumi? Absolutely. Absolutely. Mods, can you print that one out for me? Thanks, Joel, for hooking it up. Thank you so much. I already told you about Kayali's Vanilla 28. There's so many better vanillas than Kayali. You shouldn't get it. Tina, what do you want me to list? Liquid Brune versus Latafa Kamrakawa. Liquid Brune is the most sold. So many more people buy Liquid Brune than Kamrakawa. I have both, and they're both great fragrances. Get Kamrakawa if you want more of a Starbucksy coffee smelling fragrance. It's warm, it's heavy, it's vanilla, cinnamon, and coffee. Not really coffee bean, more like a latte, like a creamy latte. Liquid Brune is obviously Altair. It's not one-to-one, but it's like a remix on Altair, but it's still the most worn. So many more people buy Liquid Brune over Kawa, but Kawa is very popular, and it's the best Kamra out there in comparison to original OG Kamra and the latest one. Barbie's question. I already answered your question, Barbie. I'm just delayed. Which perfume surprised you the most with its high-quality make? Baranda from Nasamato. Tina, please read the show notes. Best Tom Ford. There's too many to count. Some of my favorites in Tom Ford, no question. Noir Extreme, Original Noir, Oud Wood Intense, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, Neroli Portofino, Plum Japonais. There's so many good ones. What if I want to smell like I wasn't in a strip club for an hour? Soap and water. What up, Manav? Just so you guys can see what I'm dealing with tonight, take a look at this real quick. So I've got the laptop, another camera going, the studio set up, a bunch of fragrances. So I got questions from 2 different places coming in, so bear with me. I do have mods in everything, so hopefully you guys can bear with me there. I think today he's just advertising. A little bit, yeah. Take care, Obi. Good to see you, buddy. How much is the shipping if I live in Illinois? It'll tell you what the shipping is. Okay, I did, but it doesn't tell me if you have Yara Vanilla. Tina, this is a Q&A channel on fragrance. I only listed fragrances to bid on for fun, just so people can get in on some bids here and there. So my shop is right there on the bottom corner. You can click my shop and look through anything I have. Yara's not in there, but if there's anything else that interests you, just let me know and I'll list it. Do you like Baccarat Rouge 540? Yes, but every clone of Baccarat Rouge is great. The best one is Club de Nuit Untold. What's your favorite men's niche? All of these. Nasamato, Mancera, Roja, Maison Francis Kirkjohn, Amouage, Creed, Xerjoff, Kajal, Ex Nihilo, By Killian, Boadicea the Victorious, Initio Parfums, and Day 3 fragrances. All bangas. No, there's not clones of those, Zhao. Sorry, buddy. Rating Vintage Green by Banana Republic. Vintage Green 78 is probably in the top 3 best Banana Republics out there, and it's an amazing fragrance. In fact, it's listed on my shop. Somebody can snatch it up basically for free. Have you bought from Joma Shop before? Yes, but the nickname of Joma Shop is Sloma Shop, because if you don't look at the fine print below the purchase, it'll either say get it in 4 to 6 days, or sometimes it'll even take a month to get the fragrance. So you have to read the fine print, because Joma will take your money and put it in escrow, and they will wait for a fragrance to come to them from a warehouse before they send it to you if it's not directly in their shop. So fragrances that they have in stock will go out within a week, but if they're waiting on it to come from a factory, it'll typically say 2 to 4 weeks or 4 to 6 weeks. And so tread with caution. But Joma Shop sometimes has fragrances that you really can't get anywhere else for the price. Sometimes. I have Jimmy Choo Man Extreme. Oh, the red one. I'm not too into it. The Intense smells nothing like the Extreme. The Extreme has this very reddish geranium type of thing going on with it. I wasn't a fan of it. I have a review of it on YouTube. By the way, guys, the people on Whatnot, if you search the scent bubble on YouTube, I have over 1,000 reviews of vintage, inspiration, designer, and niche fragrances. So if there's a fragrance you're interested in, more than likely I have done a review of it and you can enjoy that. But yeah, Jimmy Choo Man Intense is a lot different from Extreme, and it smells just like the original Jimmy Choo Man, just lasts way longer. A lot of the Jimmy Choo fragrances, Ice, Aqua, they smell good, but they don't last long. Jimmy Choo Man Intense is the only Jimmy Choo to me that lasts in the 6 to 8 hour range. I thought Jimmy Choo Ice, I bought Jimmy Choo Ice and it came in 1 week, but I also bought Vince Camuto Terra Extreme and it said 2 to 4 weeks. That means that that fragrance is in a warehouse, not in the actual shop, and they have to wait for it to come to them before they ship off. My rating on Vintage Green 78 is 10 out of 10. The performance is meh, but so is every Banana Republic fragrance. Got a cool story. My coworker became into fragrances. Then the next day, he brings his bottle of Xerjoff Louis XV for me to try. Then he asked if I liked it. Then he told me I can have it. Ooh, you got some free Louis? Nice. That's a sick story. Have you tried Jack of Clubs Neshama Caprice? Yes, I have. It's an amazing YSL, I think, La Nuit de l'Homme. Beautiful clone of it. Can I try again on Afnan Tarathi Blue? Jason, you can't. Oh, wait. Yeah, you can. I thought you were asking for the other one. Where is my Tarathi Blue? Tarathi Blue is everything on Joma Shop 100% authentic. Yes. It's one of the highest reputable sellers out there. Some people I've seen some people complain that some of Joma Shop's stuff may be fakes. That's false. That's completely false. I mean, these guys move like over 10,000 fragrances a day. The reports on them being fake would be astronomical if they were. That site has been around forever, and people are still buying fragrances by the truckload from them. Now, Afnan Tarathi Blue is way more long-lasting than the original Bulgari Tigar, and it is, to me, one of the closest to one-to-one that you can find, at least 95% or higher close, and even better performance than Bulgari Tigar. Thank you for answering my question. I appreciate it. Anytime, Justin. If anyone has fragrance questions, ask them. I probably have an answer. Tarathi Blue, we're going to list that. I forget what the start price is, but I always list it for at least half price or less. Depends on how frisky I'm feeling. Tarathi, where are you? Wait, where the heck is Tarathi Blue? Oh, here it is. $8. Go. Starts at $8. Ba-bam! Arabia Prestige Ariz is okay. Don't pay more than like 15, 20 bucks for it. Oh, what up, Sent? Hey, Sent, good to see you, brother. I forgot you pre-bid on this. Hey, don't compete with Scent Pilot, man. Tap out. Tap out. By the way, shout outs to the 60 people who are in here between Whatnot and YouTube. It's good to see you all. Make sure you hit the like button in the corner. For those of you who are on YouTube, it'll filter out all the trolls. Enrique, are you going to snatch this? Oh my gosh, look at Scent Pilot. Congratulations to Enrique Moore. You've got one of the best Tarathi Blue clones with insane performance and very accurate. Burn, which one did you ask that I had? I'm going to go wrap this up for you. It's going out tomorrow morning for you. Congratulations on your purchase. Oh, the Aries. No, the only fragrances available on this is in the shop. Click the shop button. I don't have anything on my shelf. This is my top 100, and I have fragrances scattered all over my office, but I'm only listing fragrances on this platform for fun. Like I listed like 40 fragrances just to basically give away to people, but I'm using this to do Q&A. Can you put Lalique Lin Sumi in your shop, please? Hell to the no. That is one of my holy grail fragrances. Thoughts on 1 million Privé and 1 million Intense? I think the top 1 millions is Royal, Elixir. Well, they're all good. 1 million Royal, Elixir, and Parfum. I know I'm missing one. Oh my gosh. But Royal, I think, is the most notorious. Yeah, Burn, you got to read the show notes, and then you got to go to the shop. Rare Reef Thoughts. Amazing clone. Can you upgrade clones with essential oil? You can excuse me, you can upgrade any fragrance with essential oil. Have you tried Vince Camuto Terra Extreme? If you have, what did you think on the projection? If I remember, it's mid-range. It's not the most intense. How about Teriyaki? Yeah, Burns, we have Teriyaki. Let me know if you want it listed. It's basically brand new, as you can see. When you talk about the best... This is the first fragrance from Lattafa that is actually from a clone house, but it's not a clone. One of the most prestigious perfumers made this. It is a amber cinnamon vetiver fragrance. Cinnamon bomb, but one of the sexiest, most long-lasting fragrances you'll find out there, and it layers with just about anything. Anybody who has this fragrance will tell you it's insane. Teriyaki Intense, please run it. Absolutely. I believe there's even plum in this, but I don't smell plum. Some people say there is. Where's my teriyaki? I'm sorry, guys. I'm like an old lady on this app. Bam. Pardon me for the start price. It's an expensive fragrance, and it's basically brand new. Run it up. Run it up. We've got John in the lead. YouTube, I'm going to get to you in just a second. John in the lead at 20. He might be taking home a banger for the low. I'm talking super banger for the low. Yo Bang interrupts him at 22. Yo Bank said, nah, give me that Cinnamon Supreme. John back. Yo back. Best pear fragrance? Blue Talisman, no question. Right here. Blue Talisman, Ex Nihilo. One of the best blue fragrances out there. Congratulations, Enrique, for stealing that. Came in with the steal. This will go out tomorrow morning, Enrique. It'll go with your other purchase, I believe. Thank you so much for your purchase, buddy. Wow, what a steal. What a steal. Yeah, Blue Talisman, one of the best blues. This isn't the best blue, but this is in top 3 for me. The pear note on this is what makes this fragrance unique. The best blue, period, to me, is right here. Cosmarati's Mephisto. And don't ask me if I'm going to put this in my shop, because I refuse. Anybody who's been watching me knows this is a grail fragrance to me. It will never leave my shelf. What about the Clive Christian #1? It's okay, but I'm not a big fan of it. I think there's so many other fragrances way cheaper than it that are just as good, if not better than it. What's a great niche winter fragrance that won't break the bank? Okay, if you're asking me what the best fall winter scent is right now, I've gotten a compliment every time I've worn it. Tres Oros from Day 3 Fragrances. I believe it goes for $150 or $170. Use code TAZZO15, TAZZO15 to get 15% off of this fragrance. Take it down closer to $140. The longevity on this is 2-3 sprays, lasts forever, go on your pillow, sexiest date night fragrance, best fall winter, highest compliment in my entire collection as of right now. That's one of the best. But if you need something super affordable that's similar to it, you can go with fragrances like Boss Bottled The Scent Magnetic. One of the best budget vanillas. You could snatch that up for like $30. Lalique, White and Black. You can snatch that up. This smells exactly like Parfums de Marly Layton, but fresher, and I like it for that reason. Sexy, sweet, doubles kind of like Eros, where you can wear it any season, any reason, all times a day, but it also can double as a sexy date night fragrance because it does have that sweetness. You could snatch that up online for like 20, 25 bucks. No, it's not going in my shop. Halloween Man Shot from Jesus Del Pozo. This is sexy vanilla lavender. It imitates Le Male Elixir from Jean Paul Gaultier without the tobacco, so it's smoother and fresher. It goes better with more of your 30 and down crowd, but I think 30 and up, it's still a bomb. Check shop for all requests. Thank you, Kicks. So yeah, if you're looking for more budget-friendly, Boss Bottled The Scent Magnetic, Jesus Del Pozo's Halloween Man Shot, Lalique White and Black, and if you need a clone, this is the best clone to me of Angel Share, Paris Corner Amir's Fire Your Desire. This is the only clone in existence to me that actually has the cognac note in Angel Share that keeps it unisex. Without that cognac, you just have a female scent to me. So look that up. I think you can get that for like 25 bucks. Best Gourmand Vanilla Fragrance. That's really tough, Miles. Here's a lot that you can get. You can get Grand Soir from MFK. You can get Absolute Aphrodisiac from Initio Parfums. You can get Coromandel from Chanel. You can get Vanille Fatale from Tom Ford. Those are some incredible vanillas. You can get Memoirs of a Trespasser from Imaginary Authors. All of those range from about the $100 price point to the $300 price point on discounters. Yeah, but you said the best, so I'm not giving you cheapies. I love 1 Million Royal. Anything you recommend around that note? I mean, honestly, if you have 1 Million Royal, why get anything around that? You have a great fragrance. You should probably pivot. If you want something else in that vein that's a little bit of a tier higher and it'll cost you a little bit more, maybe closer to the $100 price point, get Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Excuse me. Have you tried the Tarathi Electric? Yes. If so, how is it compared to Blue Talisman? It's more of a twist of Blue Talisman, but it's still amazing and the longevity is crazy. Thoughts on 1 Million Privé and 1 Million Intense? I They're both amazing to me, but they're not the best. I prefer Royal, Elixir, and Parfum. I have a question. Which is the closest cologne to Abercrombie and Fitch? A really cheap one you can get is Ed Hardy's Ed Hardy's Skull and Roses. You can get that for like 10, 15 bucks at Burlington. Thank you. I will check that out anytime, Eno. Any other questions, let me know. What makes YSL Kuros unwearable in your opinion? Because it smells like a department store. If you had the original Kuros, the aromatics were a little bit less department story. Even though I still think Kuros was a terrible fragrance, many people call it a classic. Today's reformulation of Kuros, even though you can get it for super cheap, it has that Macy's and Dillard's kind of mall smell. And it's because they keep watering it down. So old Kuros I might have rocked with, but today's Kuros is absolute buns, and I'll never recommend that fragrance. How close is Lattafa Art of the Universe to Blue Talisman, and do you think it's worth the cheapness? That is not the best Blue Talisman. The best Blue Talisman clone is called Taj 2 from Fragrance World. TAJ space the number 2. That's the closest clone to Blue Talisman, but Art of the Universe is still widely sold because of the longevity. It is more 85 to 90% close to Blue Talisman. I think closer to 85, but the performance is dang near nuclear and lasts forever, so that's why people love it. So is it worth buying? Yes, but if you want the most accurate, get Taj 2 and let it macerate for 3 to 4 months. If you want the most performing, the one where you spray it and leave it, you know, you can get Art of the Universe, but just know it's a little bit of a twist. Did you ever do a review of 19 Degrees by Toomey? Yes, I did. Scent of the day, YSL La Nuit de l'Homme. You guys know how I feel about La Nuit de l'Homme. Thoughts on Initio Side Effect? I already told you about it. Think it's great. It's just not for me. Gucci Guilty Elixir versus the new Gucci. Gucci Guilty Elixir is way more versatile than the new Gucci. Bet. Thank you very much. I'll look that up anytime, Gorilla. Any other questions on whatnot? I'm here. If there's anything in this shop that you guys want me to run for a bid, I'm more than happy to list it. Shout outs to everybody who won fragrances so far. Those will go out first thing in the morning. Where do I order? You can order from Fragrance by CA, Joma Shop, Max Aroma, Amazon, any Facebook groups. You can get on Whatnot right now. There's a lot of good sellers, Triple Traders, Perfumes LA. There's a lot of great people on there. If you look at who I follow, you can find a lot of good sellers on Whatnot. Do you recommend Indigo? What's Indigo? Which one? Are you talking Indigo from Lalique, CO? Is Lattafa Honor and Glory similar to Fragrance World Glorious Oud Royal Blanc? No. Honor and Glory is a creme brulee white floral, and Glorious Oud Royal Blanc is a, to me, one-to-one clone of Initio Parfums Musk Therapy, which to me is the best fragrance in the Initio house by far. And that clone is insane. Scent of the day, Baronda layered with Spice Bomb Extreme. That is a nuclear combo. 36-year-old, I have Dior Sauvage EDP, Bleu de Chanel, Tom Ford, Effing Fabulous, Le Male Elixir. What's the next buy? So you have Spicy Fresh Sweet, Blue, Toy Boy fragrance, Le Male Elixir. What's my next buy? You're missing something green or clean. Try MFK's Amorous or Aqua Universalis from Maison Francis Kirkjohn. Both the same house. Or something like an Instant Crush. Spice Bomb Extreme layered with Vanilla Dunes. Crazy. What's the dupe for Bulgari Extreme? I don't like that clone, so I'm not going to recommend it, and I don't know of an alternative. CO said Indigo. Oh, Indigo by many people is the best Lalique fragrance. By many people's standards. It's very hard to get. It's always sold out. Joma Shop or Fragrance by CA has it for about 40, 50 bucks. You always have to turn on the notifications because when it comes out, you only have about 3 to 5 days to get it. Otherwise, it's sold out. Same thing with Lin Sumi. Best clone for Initio's Oud for Greatness is this. If you want me to list it, I will. Body Al Oud's Oud for Glory. I call this the Great Gatsby fragrance. Nuclear, monstrous performance, 2 sprays, last all day. If you want me to run this, I will. This for sure is the best Oud for Greatness clone, and I can confirm that because... Why can I confirm that? I can confirm that because I have them both. So if you want me to list that, just let me know. Very nuclear though, very nuclear. Jimmy Choo, Enrique, are you asking me to list it? Let me know. Jimmy Choo Man Intense is probably one of the nicest go-to office scents that lasts forever. And, all right. And YouTube, I apologize. I'm still here with you guys. Jimmy Choo Man Intense, 98% full. Start it. I wish I could show you the juice level. The juice level is literally, you see it, right? Do you have a winter banger in the shop? Gorilla, yes, I can look. Yeah. Make sure you look in the shop at the start prices. I always take the retail price of the fragrance. I cut it in half as my start price for listing. And then I subtract more price based off of if there's any juice gone. So since there's only 2 ml gone from this, I cut the retail price in half and then lowered it a few bucks. Anita, congratulations on your purchase. This is amazing. I would spray it and tell you that, but you know, I don't want to spray any of your juice. You just want it. Do you know female scents just as well? No, but kind of. Because I do have a buttload of women's scents and I do review a lot of women's scents on my YouTube channel. But even if I don't know, I have references in front of me on my laptop. It just depends on your question. A lot of women do ask me questions about fragrance and I do have answers, but shoot your question. Let's just see. I'm down for the challenge. Congratulations on your purchase, Anita. I will have this out in the morning. Okay, YouTube. Rate Oud for Glory. Oud for Glory is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. By many people, it's considered, you know, holy grail clone. They absolutely nailed it. How good is the projection of Mancera French Riviera? I would call it a mid-range jumper, but French Riviera from Mancera is very good. It's nowhere near in my top 5 for Mancera, but it is a very good fragrance. Will you run the Off-Non Supremacy? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. I need to say a prayer real quick. Oh, I'm gonna miss you. This ties with this as the best Creed Aventus clone of all time. If you have these two, you do not need Creed Aventus, Aventus Cologne, Aventus Absolute. You don't need them. This leans closer to Nishane Hasavat with Absolute touches. This is the closest to Absolute Aventus. And the only reason I'm getting rid of this is because I'm forcing myself to make my top 100 and I have per show. But I do not want to get rid of this. But I have my rules. And let me just tell you, whoever wins this, this will be a fragrance in your collection you wear the most. Absolute insanity. And that is no cap whatsoever. You ask anybody who has this fragrance, they will tell you this is one of the best clones ever made. Period. I am so sad to see this go. Do you find Gorilla wants it. Do you find the Dior Sauvage formula to be annoying? No. Dior Sauvage and Dior Sauvage Elixir are some of the best fragrances out there for men, period. Mass appeal, classic, because women like a man who's... Is John stealing this? That's the question I have. Is John the smarter individual here? It looks like it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't sudden death, because y'all would be crying right now. How good is the projection of French Riviera mid-range? Do you find... So here's the thing with Dior Sauvage. If you're under 25, get Dior Sauvage EDT or EDP. If you still like Dior Sauvage and you want the best one as a 25, and congratulations, Nita. Congratulations. When I tell you wearing this fragrance, you will think you're wearing a $400 or $500 Creed fragrance. I mean it. This fragrance is 2 sprays, lasts all day. It is the sexiest freaking fragrance of all time for a man, and it is a holy grail clone of all time. Will you run Aqua Media Forte? Hell no, Miles. Congratulations, Anita. This is going out in the morning. When it comes to clones, this is easily in the top 5 out of thousands of fragrances around the world. One of the best ever made. I'm going to wait to set this down because... And talk about one of the sexiest bottles out, right? Like, the craftsmanship, the longevity, the scent profile. I mean, just... Guys... People on Whatnot don't know me yet, guys on YouTube, but I keep it so real. I wouldn't even put fragrances in my shop if they were trash. Like, let me show you guys something. Let me show you guys something. Like, there's a buttload of fragrances down there, here, in my closet, in my bedroom, here. We've got samples galore in the hundreds. I just can't lie, and I can't sell people garbage. So anything in my shop is a banger. If you need to know why, just let me know. Could you please rerun Eternal Oud? No, somebody bought it. Somebody bought it. Run your Tom Ford. No. Wait. Oh yeah, I don't have Tom Ford in my shop. What's a 10 out of 10 foresty, earthy fragrance that will get me compliments? No question, Lalique Lin Sumi or Lalique White. You can get this. This is a designer fragrance. This isn't a clone. You can get this for 20, 25 bucks. This might be the best upscale casual, and office scent of all time, because when it comes to clean scents, you get the citrus freshness, you get the linen cleanness, you get the green touch, you get the spice touch. I mean, everything that's good about a fresh man's fragrance is like superstar quarterbacked into this fragrance. You can get that online for 20, 25 bucks anywhere. Google Lalique White. Run the imaginary authors. Absolutely not. The only things I'm running is in the shop. You guys cannot eat up my top 100. I refuse. I will tell you where to buy it, how to find it for the cheapest price, but I'm not listing my own holy grail. You have Boss Bottled Absolute. Boss Bottled Absolute. I have it in a sample, but I'm not selling it. Check if you're new on the stream, check the show notes and then go into the shop. What do you say about Lattafa Atlas? Do not buy Lattafa Atlas. Obviously, it's a Mega Mare clone. C notes. The clone house made that wrong. They put some synthetic chemical in it that is just too overbearing. And when you're trying to build an oceanic scent, you need high-end materials. You start messing with fake ambergris and all that, and you make utter trash. That fragrance should never be bought. Do not buy it. Please run the Maison Alhambra Kismet. Absolutely. Where is it? Oh, Kismet. Okay, so before I run this, if anybody else wants to know what this is, Maison Alhambra, probably in the top 4 best clone houses. They're very hit or miss. Some of their fragrances are incredible. Some of them, they just missed the mark. This is not one of them. This is cloning YSL Tuxedo, Vanilla, patchouli, warm, vanillic, ambery, sweet spice. The spice is, I believe, from the patchouli cinnamon combo. This is an amazing ballroom suit and tie type of fragrance. Like imagine if you were gonna go to a Met Gala and you want that sensual, boozy, sexy, warm, ambery, spiced fragrance. This is a great rendition of Tuxedo. It's not the best rendition of Tuxedo, but to get the best rendition of Tuxedo, you gotta pay like 60 bucks. The fact that you can get this for as cheap as you can is insane. So yeah, I will go ahead and list this now. And the longevity and projection on this is great. All right, go after it. It's good juice, man. I wish I could spray them, but I just don't want to waste your guys' juice. It's amazing. I mean, ballroom, date night, nightlife, fall, winter banger, but in the spring, summer, you'll make an excuse for it at night. Absolutely amazing. For my people on YouTube, if you use my referral link in the description, you could sign up to Whatnot for free and get $15 that you can use now, no strings attached. And almost all my fragrances in my shop have a starting price of under 10, 15 bucks. You can basically come in here and get a free fragrance. Isn't Liam Gray the best Tuxedo clone? Absolutely not. Liam Gray is a clone of BDK's Grise Charnel. Congratulations, John, on your pickup. This is going out in the morning, and this is an absolute banger. Best men's date night cologne you have. Right now, this is my most complimented fragrance in the last 6 months for date night. Day 3 fragrances, Trace Oros. And brown sugar, cinnamon, plantain, mandarin orange, pineapple. The sillage is insane. The 2-3 sprays last all day. Sexy, sticky, but it floats on skin. This retails for like $150, $170 now, but the perfumer lives down the street from me. So I'm very blessed to have him live down the block from me. Shout outs to Michael Paul. That fragrance is getting me crazy pull. Thank God I'm married. Yeah, Liam Gray is Grise Charnel. A very floral, fig type of fragrance. Nowhere near Tuxedo. But the best Tuxedo clone is a fragrance called Arabiat Nail Oud, but it's about 40 to 60 bucks. Whereas Kismet you can get for much cheaper and still get like, oh, you can get so close with that. So this is an absolute steal. Congratulations on your purchase, John. This will go out in the morning. Again, for all of you guys who are new on here, this is a Q&A. Any questions you have about fragrance, I will answer it for you. I'm simultaneously on YouTube to over 50 people. But if there's anything you want me to run, I listed 40 fragrances just for fun that I'm more than happy to run. So if you want something by request, feel free. If you don't know what kind of fragrance questions you might have for someone like me, please check the show notes. You might find that there's something in any of those categories that you want to ask about. Free fragrance, where's the referral code? Yeah, so Miles, when you're a seller, for the first week, if anybody comes over to Whatnot from your referral code, they get 15 bucks for free. So I'm basically telling all the people on my YouTube channel, I didn't get on Whatnot to sell. I have fragrances in my shop just to make it fun, right? I'm in Whatnot as a buyer and just as someone doing Q&A because I have a really successful Q&A on YouTube. But I am going to give people free 15 bucks anytime I can. What is the single best fragrance that will make women hypnotize with me? Price doesn't matter. Trace Oros Day 3 fragrances. It retails at $150 to $170. You can use a code TAZZO15, TAZZO15, and get 15% off. That will get you the most compliments ever when it comes to date night and fall winter. Do you have any Armaf? I have a lot of Armaf on the wall here, but in terms of listings, I have Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Women, which is a clone of Noir de Noir from Tom Ford. I think that's the only Armaf. A lot of Lattafa and a lot of designers are still left. Just look in the show notes. Any thoughts about Aesop? No, not really, Shay. Not really. Not a big fan. What's the single best? Oh, we already did that one. The Milestone Taxco is another rendition of YSLY Tuxedo. Yeah, it is. And this is honestly on par with Kismet. I do think Kismet is like the tiniest bit spicier, but in terms of renditions, this one's really good. I think I have the starting price on this pretty cheap because it's not that expensive of a fragrance. Let's look. Yeah, starting price $5. Enjoy. This is full. This is absolutely full. This is a really good rendition. I normally don't mess with cheaper scents like this, but guys, there are fragrances out in the world that are under $15 that are incredible, and I have some of them. I search fragrances from top to bottom, from cheap to super expensive. Can we ask any question? Yes, look at the show notes and look at my categories. I have an answer for any question in any of those categories. Jason, congratulations using the free money that I gave you on Taxco. You're going to enjoy it. That'll go out in the morning. For women, is there a good dupe of By Killian's Love Don't Be Shy? Let me check. Let me put Taxco down real quick. Sometimes I'm like a savant and I have like all these thousands of clones in my head that I can just draw from memory, but not today. So, Love Don't Be Shy. I love that scent, by the way. I'm looking for you. Just give me a minute. Yeah, you're not getting it. My Holy Grail is my Holy Grail for a reason. What is the best therapeutic scent in your collection? Wulong Cha from Nishan A. Aqua Media Forte from Maison Francis Kirkjohn is really cool too. It's a women's scent, but I really could care less. It's like a fresh cucumber water with a little bit of like a melon sweetness. Women absolutely love this, but there's something meditative about it because it's one of the only vegetal scents I have. Like it has this like airy lettucey kind of note in the bag. People might be like, why would you wear a fragrance that has like a lettuce note? It's really matcha, tea, and fennel. But a lot of women wash their hair with like a cucumber shampoo or a melon shampoo, or if you go into a tanning salon, a lot of the oils and things like that might have somewhat of a vegetal spin on it. And there's something very meditative about greens and herbals. And so this fragrance is super fresh, super high compliment factor. It's very unique. I don't think it's for everybody, but a lot of women is like dumb reach blind buy with this. And for me, I just got to wear it. Thankfully, I'm already married to the most beautiful woman on the planet, so I don't got to worry about how I look with women on it, and I rock it. Thanks, SB. Cool format on this side. Anytime, Jason. What is best therapeutic scent? Yeah, so Wulong Cha is a meditative, grassy lemon fragrance, and you'll feel like you're a monk in the mountains drinking, sipping lemon tea. A similar one to that, which smells like honeyed lemon tea, is Montclair makes a fragrance called La Corday. What up, Pedro? And then, obviously, Aqua Media Forte. I do have some other therapeutic scents, but those for sure. If you want, like, a somewhat therapeutic banger that still smells like you're coming out of a gray Jaguar, here's a cheapy banger. Mont Blanc's Presence. You can get this at Burlington right now for like $15 for a 50 ml. Mont Blanc Presence smells just how it looks. There's like a cooling, spearminty kind of vibe to it. And it's got a heliotrope floral. It's like a white purple floral minty scent that has crazy nuts under it. Like it's like a very manly spin on florals. And that's the hard part with florals as a man is florals traditionally are mostly used in women's scents. And it's very hard to make white, yellow, pink florals somehow be masculine, but they've done it. Absolutely insane. Smells like you're getting out of a gray Jaguar. Great for business, great for upscale casual. I feel bad for bidding on this chat. Fragrance love is real. Hey, don't feel bad at all. Is Mahir Legacy Black a men's fragrance? I think it's unisex, and this fragrance is vanilla dark incense. Like, I would even call these incense like slightly Middle Eastern. If you remember those incense called Nag Champa, this is like a vanillic, woody fragrance with this Nag Champa incense feel over it. It's very heavy, it's very dense. I think it's really good, and it layers with a lot of stuff. Like, you could put vanilla on it, you could put cherry on it. Any of the more darker fruits would go well with this. Think like Cigar Talk. It's not a cigar fragrance, but like, you think of any flavor that a cigar would have, that note would go well with this. So like a cherry, a boozy, a vanilla, something like that. But it's great by itself. 2-spray killer with this. I would say this is slightly more Middle Eastern just because the incense isn't really like a clean American incense. It's more of that Nag Champa feel, but it's a banger. Is Herba Gold in the Holy Grail? No, I'm not a Herba Gold guy. That's more of a women's hairspray kind of tropical scent to me. I'm an Herba Gold guy. I want that mango 5-star hotel vibe. Yo, oh my gosh. Herba Gold is way better than Herba Pura, and that's just my humble opinion for women and for men. What up, Pedro? What up? What up? What's your take on roll-on oil versus spray? There's certain DNAs that you should get an oil for because it's cheaper, and I'll give you an example. Baccarat Rouge, for instance. Baccarat Rouge only takes 6, and YouTube chat, I'm so behind and I'm so sorry, but tonight's about the whatnot people, and this is the first time I've ran double camera. It just is what it is. So Baccarat Rouge, for instance, is a really simple fragrance to make. You can actually go on YouTube and learn how to make Baccarat Rouge for like 50 bucks. Make yourself a 300 ml of it. I don't know why people are out buying Baccarat right now. But because it's so simple to make and it only takes about 6 to 9 notes, every clone house has a great Baccarat. Like, it doesn't matter what the clone is. I can tell you the best Baccarat clone out there, but there's never really a such thing as a bad Baccarat clone. But because it's so simple to make, you might as well get it for an oil because you know the oil will still smell just like Baccarat, but it'll last longer, and Baccarat layers with just about anything. So get a Baccarat roll-on oil from anywhere because they're all last forever and smell just like Baccarat. And that would be one where you wouldn't really buy Baccarat 540 or the Extrait because it's too simple to make. It's not worth the money. Like I said, you can make it for 50 bucks. So there's certain fragrance DNAs that roll-on oils are better, not because they're literally better, but because they probably smell just like the OG, and they're way cheaper on your dollar. So for instance, Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage, YSL L'Homme, any of those type of DNAs, vanillic scents, you should probably get an oil. Is there a big difference between Turkish rose and Bulgarian rose in fragrance? Not a huge difference. The main big difference is Taif rose, Damask rose, stuff like that. Bulgarian rose and Turkish rose are often used together in most fragrances, but there is a difference, but you probably won't notice it because fragrances don't really isolate Turkish and Bulgarian rose enough for you to notice the difference. But you will notice a difference between a Taif rose, a Damask rose, and then the Bulgarian and Turkish. And even like May rose, which is more rare. But yeah, you really have to be someone nerdy like me to be able to spot differences with roses. It's more about how the fragrance is made than which rose is being used. Like, I can give you a fragrance, for instance, Atomic Rose from Initio Parfums smells nothing like Oud Satin Mood, which is more of a jammy rose, and that has nothing to do with which rose was used. It's just the type of composition that was made. So don't nerd out too much on the differences between roses, but Taif Rose is one of the best roses out there. Something for a guy getting married. What's your price point, Bull? Before I make that recommendation, how much would you spend on the fragrance for the guy getting married? And then I'll give you a recommendation. Gentlemen, reserve Privé or Tres Oros for date night. Both will get you supreme action, but Tres Oros will get you the most compliments you've ever had in your life. Is the Cod Lodge a good Baccarat? I mean, Baccarat's hard to mess up, but the best Baccarat is Club de Nuit Untold, which you can get on Amazon for about 35 to 40 bucks. It's notoriously the best Baccarat, but I have yet to find a bad Baccarat clone, and I've probably smelled 30 of them, both in the oil category and in the clone category. And I've owned original Baccarat and Baccarat Extrait, but I gave them to my mom. 100 bucks would probably be the max, honestly. Okay. Ooh, I was about to grab it, but I'm like 100? Okay, so you can't mess with this tier right here. See, that's tough, girl. 100 bucks for wedding night? Okay, here's my second question. Would you like your man to mostly smell fresh and classy or sweet and sexy? Let's go there. Nitro White I'm not a fan of. It's a good scent, but it's too young man for me. I think it's a women's scent, to be honest. Classy and fresh. Okay. Now we're cooking with oil. So this fragrance right here is spectacular class. Day 3 fragrances, Desert Rain. When you talk about classy, my man smells like the best thing walking. This is it smells somewhat, not like rain, but it's made after this kind of somewhat metallic green tea, cactus water. It's so hard to explain. It's slightly green. It's a little bit mineralic. It smells like Acqua di Gio Profumo, the discontinued Holy Grail version of Acqua di Gio. But it is pure masterclass in sexy, seductive, super masculine. And it just floats on skin and lasts forever. Day 3 fragrances, Desert Rain. That's my first pick. No questions asked. 100 to 150. Should we go Vetiver Sensual? Ooh, yeah. Mancera's Vetiver Sensual. You can get this for about 70 to 100 bucks on discounters. Joma Shop, Max Aroma, Fragrance by CA. Lasts forever. This is sunshine citrus in a bottle with masculine nuts is the best way I can describe this. Warm, radiant citrus with this kind of grass, woody, classy undertone. Lasts forever. It'd be great for a wedding, I think. Matiere Premier. You have to kind of have your eyes open. This is a sexy amber, slight resinous woods. It's a little bit of a smoky, light, airy amber type of fragrance. Sexy, seductive. Like if the wedding is in the afternoon, your man is going to be like, you probably won't even want him to wear it. That's another one. Let's think cheapy though. I mean, if we're talking like Sephora and Ulta Beauty, you've got Oud Wood from Tom Ford. You've got Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. That would be amazing. Tom Ford Costa Azure. Gentleman Reserve Privé from Givenchy. Dior Homme Parfum, the 2025 version, or Valentino Uomo Intense. Beautiful fresh iris. Sadly, her favorite one I have is Coach for Men, but she likes others, but that's one she picks. Coach for Men is a great fragrance. It's one of the best, and I think it's the best fragrance in the Coach line. Do you think Bonnie by Day 3 fragrances is feminine leaning? It is, because it has a slight note of coconut and mango. So it does kind of have a tropical 5-star resort sexy on a woman smell, but I do think it can go unisex. Like my wife has Bonnie, but I steal it from her here and there because it's just so sexy. I agree, it's a little boring, but still great. Yeah, I mean, Coach for Men just works though. Amir Cedrat Essence or Cedrat Boisé? Cedrat Essence is better than the actual OG Cedrat Boisé. Cedrat Boisé is a great smelling fragrance, but it feels kind of dated. What I love about this clone, where is it? Is that it smells exactly like Cedrat Boisé, but they added this green honeydew melon note over the top of it to make it super modern and pop. This is one of the best clones made out there as well. Amir Cedrat Essence, a clone of Mancera's Cedrat Boisé, and I actually prefer the clone over the OG because the OG smells a bit dated, and this actually feels like a 2025 type of fragrance. It is a banger. Anyone I've recommended this fragrance to hits me up and absolutely loves it. I've never heard somebody say that they don't wear this all the time. Whoa. Come on, man. Come on. If you like anything from LV, get this. Just ordered Lalique White yesterday after watching your video. Listen, man, I'm waiting for somebody to tell me that my recommendations suck. Yeah, Miles, absolutely. Let me look. This is basically full bottle. I mean, you can see. It looks crazy, like there's like a centimeter gone, but there isn't. This is like, what is the ml on this? It's like a 75 ml, so you might have like 73 ml. But this is crazy. This is just crazy. This retails for somewhere around the $25, $30 price point. Oh. I thought you asked me to run it. McDo is nice, similar to Nitro Red, but it's vanilla, honey, lavender, Mercari. Let me catch up on YouTube, guys. Yeah, SB, are you mad at Arizona weather? Not anymore. It rained yesterday. I was not a fan of Cedrat Boisé when I got a Decant. Neither was I. I still have it. Somebody told me to try this. They're like, listen, I know you are not a fan of Cedrat Boisé, but they did something. They remixed it. And when I smelled this, this was modern. If you like anything like Instant Crush, any of the LV fragrances, Imagination, Afternoon Swim, L'Immensité, this just has that juicy melon type of feel with some masculine nuts, but I think it does work perfectly unisex. It's just this airy, slightly fruity, classy scent, man. It's just good. Miles, let me know if you want to run it again, but no worries if you don't. Do you have a winter one in your shop left? There's some bangers that you guys haven't asked me to run. Okay, so yes, I do have winter ones, and I'll show you. This isn't all of them, but these are certainly ones I would point you to. Gorilla, are you a man or a woman? I know that's a crazy question before I make these recommendations. Man, okay. So, winter. So I think one I would immediately point you to is this one. This is a clone of Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Extreme, one of the most classy men's scents of all time, period. And it is cherry almond champagne. Think this cherry almond, but the white champagne over the top. So it is a good fall scent. It can double any season, any reason, but in the winter, that champagne note, cherry almond, it's not too cherry. It's more of a classy, manly cherry. This one's an absolute banger. This one's, I'm sorry I haven't been spraying people's scents today, but I'm going to spray it. This is a freaking, yeah, dude, they just killed it. I mean, in the clone world, that's just, you wouldn't think you like cherries, almonds, and champagne, but you do. Sorry, what did Miles say? Yeah, Miles, let me know if you figure that out. Random question, everyone. I tried Amouage Reflection, man. It's amazing, pricey, but great. Anyone tried the Amouage variants? Yeah, I'm a big fan of Beach Hut, man, and I would point you to that one. The other people over here are on the Whatnot app. So if you copy my link in the description, people on YouTube, you can sign up for free on the Whatnot platform on the auction site, and you get 15 bucks for free for using my reference code. What do you think are the top 5 most intoxicating but fresh women's scents, niche or department store or any price point? So some super sexy women's scents. Some of them will be unisex. Fragrances, if we're talking designers, obviously the Chanel No. 5, the Coco Chanel line. If you want to go more sexy, something like Chanel's exclusives, Gardenia, or Le Leon, or Chanel Boy. You know, a lot of girls know about Coco Chanel and Chanel No. 5, but they don't know that Chanel has an exclusive line that you can only find in Neiman Marcus. And so if you've ever tried Boy or Le Leon or Gardenia, that's when you step into a whole nother world of Chanel. So any of that is absolutely amazing. Your typical, your black opiums are good. Let's see, Bonnie from Day 3 Fragrances, absolutely incredible. I'm not a fan of all the Billie Eilish and the Spice Bomb for women and all that. What are some other just crazy bangers in the designer world? Something like Grand Soir from Maison Francis Kurkdjian is the sexiest scent a woman can put on, in my opinion. Is there anything in Tom Ford? As a woman, if you like vanilla, you can never go wrong with Vanille Fatale from Tom Ford, and you can get that for around $100. On Whatnot, you can get it for even cheaper. What are some other things my wife wears? YSL Libre, Eau de Parfum, or Intense. You can never go wrong with Libre. It really just depends as a woman what you want to do, because in 2025, most women lean on heavy vanillic musky scents or vanillic florals or like vanillic spiced scents, or they go more angelic. You're more fresher, your citruses, your white florals, your yellow florals, your more fresher, cleaner type of fragrances. So it just depends on what kind of woman you want to go with in terms of where I would guide you. Do you want to smell clean and fresh and light, and you're somebody who, as a woman, you don't like intensity and to be pushing? Or are you that boss chick, everyone should smell me, I'm in the room type of fragrance? Then I would recommend you something more vanillic, something more spiced, and things like that. The only way you can get a code is if you're new to Whatnot. So that's why I'm telling people on YouTube, because this is actually my first auction on Whatnot. I'm normally a buyer, and I'm really only here to do Q&A and help people out. But my YouTube audience, none of them really know about Whatnot. So because it's my first time selling for the first week, anyone who signs up under my referral code gets 15 bucks. It's nothing special, but most of my listings here that I'm giving away tonight are listed for under 15 bucks. So they basically can come over here and get a free fragrance. It's like a no-brainer. All right, man, I have a $15 credit working, but after I thought about it, I want something that will work this winter fall season. What do you want for me? Okay, so I'm just going to give you the profiles. Cherry Almond Champagne will work. This is the best clone of Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Oud Satin Mood. This is Oud Satin. You talked about rose earlier. This is the best damask and Bulgarian rose and oud ever. It's not an animalic oud. It is smooth, rich, somewhat powdery, somewhat creamy. This is like intoxication in a bottle, but you have to like rose, and it's a 1-to-1 clone of that $300-400 Maison Francis Kurkdjian fragrance. Absolutely insane. I'm running out of fall-winter bangers. If you want some cheapies, these are killers, actually. Here's some cheapies. Valencia Uomo Intense. This is a clone of Valentino Uomo Intense. It's a fresh kind of Prada Luna Rosa ocean fragrance with like a soft iris touch. So like that slight purple flower powdery touch on like a very fresh, open, slightly sweet fragrance. This is like any season, any reason, but fall, it's really nice. Winter, you cake it on and it goes really well. I think I have this listed as like a cheapy banger. And this is a really nice clone of Gentleman Reserve Privé from Givenchy. This is that whiskey iris, sexy, spicy, sweet, slightly vanillic, but more a celebration of sweet iris. Pick one, man. The Valentino one, the Givenchy, the Oud Satin Mood, or the Champagne. You pick one, buddy. I don't know what each of them is listed for, but that's why I put them in my shop so you can look. They're all bangers. If you want rose, get this. If you want sexy date night rose, get this one. If you want sexy date night iris and a little bit of booze, get this one. If you want fresh, more any season, any reason iris, get this. And if you want cherry almond champagne, you get this. What up, Alex? Good to see you, buddy. What is your one perfume for life that you could use for the rest of your life? Lalique Lin Sumi, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, Chanel's Coromandel. I will die with a bottle of that. Gucci Guilty Elixir. I mean, this is my top 100. So if I died, I'm taking it all with me. Miles, let me know what you want, man, and I'll run it. Looking through YouTube to try and catch up. So how's this code work one more time? Well, you just click the link and you sign up for free, and then you get 15 bucks on the Whatnot app. Just click the link in the description. I'm not pushing anything. It's free money. So I'm, you know, I don't sell anything. I'm not endorsed by anything. This is my first time selling stuff on this app. Run the Supreme. Okay. I do want to let you know beforehand, I do these Q&As every night. Look at this. And this is listed in the description, so this isn't like a trick or anything. But one night I was doing a Q&A and people kept asking me about it, and I grabbed it and it almost died. It's not leaking or anything, but I do want to let you know it has this, and I have deducted the starting price due to that. But it is not a leak, and it is pretty much a full bottle, just so you know. Are any in the shop similar to Coach for Men? I will check in a second. Cherry almond champagne, where are you? Yeah, see, I started it off very low. There you go, buddy. This is sexy. I mean, it's cloning a fragrance from Guerlain, and Guerlain is the king of class. They've been around since the early 1900s, and there's a reason why. They're just freaking phenomenal. Glorilla, that's crazy. Please forgive me. Yo, please forgive me. I did not mean to. Listen, it's late at night. It's late at night. You do rap? Hey, listen, man, I'm an artist. If you go on my Scent Bubble page on YouTube, I try and keep my fragrance world separate from the stuff I do in the music industry. But check out my music link on YouTube. I have a secret link to it. I'm actually an audio engineer, but I've been an artist for 25 years. So if you like rap music, check it out. Are there any in the shop similar to Coach for Men? Congratulations, Gorilla, for that. You just stole a fragrance. You just stole a fragrance, like highway robbery. Now I see how people feel. Let's see. Somebody said, is there something like Coach for Men? So we're talking vetiver, fresh, classy. Yeah, actually, I'm very shocked no one bid on this. Here's a designer fragrance. So this fragrance is not a clone house. This is made by Bentley, the car company. I think this is one... It's a tie between Bentley and Mercedes-Benz in terms of car brands, who makes the best fragrances. And by the way, thank you, Pedro. If you're still in here, I did see your comment, brother. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I sprayed it. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. Yeah, this is a citrus, aromatic, classy man's fragrance. But I think it's ageless. As long as you're north of 20 years old, this could go 20 to 50. It's got that Coach, expensive, fresh, classy feel. But But I actually think this is a little bit better than Coach because it lasts longer. Doesn't smell exactly like Coach, but this has a high rating online, and it's basically a full bottle. I think this is like 99 ml. Let me know if you want to run that. Miles, let me know if you want to run the Valentino. I don't know if you're asking that or whatever. I will let Mel know of your pain, please, bro. Listen, please let her know. I don't sell and do all that on here. I listed some fragrances in my shop because I want to do Q&A on here. But what up, Scott? Good to see you. Yeah, so whoever asked about the Coach, this is the one you want. This is better than Coach. No question. I mean, zero question. And it performs better than Coach. Let me know if you want to run it. I'm really surprised. Like, the fact that no one asked me to run that just shows that nobody knows. And by the way, my guys on YouTube, I am so sorry for not addressing your questions because tonight was more about whatnot. If I did not answer your question on YouTube, please copy paste your question in the comment section. I am going to answer every one of your questions as soon as I sign off of whatnot tonight. You guys know it's normally a contest to see how fast I can get to the bottom of the question section. But I'm going to sign off right now because I really, when I do my Q&As, I like to be on point. And I see I'm not really on point on the YouTube side of things today. So as soon as I get off of here, I'll answer all of your questions. But I appreciate all you guys for rocking with me. Again, Whatnot, I'm dropping a video about how to use Whatnot and how to get a free 15 bucks by just using my referral code. I show you how to shop on there, all the do's and don'ts of it. So if you're interested, click the link in the description. Y'all know I'm not endorsed by anybody. I'm just sharing when there's value. So appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys on my next live. I will be going live tomorrow.